Alrighty, hi, this is Jeff Klima for New Media Rockstars. I'm sitting here with internet sensation Taryn Southern, whose first full-length album just dropped. How you doing today, Taryn?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I'm the one who asked the questions, though. You just sit back and answer them. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm sorry.
I'm a host too by heart, so I can't help it.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you're naturally inquisitive. All right, now for the record, is Taryn Southern your real name?
Yes, it's still my real name. Everyone asks me this. It's so funny.
Do you?
My mom just picked like the most cheesy, actor-y name for a kid, but it's all real.
Yeah, it's kind of got that. Did you get teased about having kind of a porn star-ish name, or?
I didn't think it was a porn star name. I thought it would be the perfect name for a country singer.
Oh, well, that's
Taryn.
good. No, that is nice. Of course, so you see where my mind's at versus where your mind's at, so that's good to know. So.
All right, we already started this off on the right foot.
Now, to be fair, you started it by calling your album "On My Face."
Okay,
and,
true. Be fair, yes.
Now I get the double entendre dirty side, but what do you tell, say, normal media reporters that "On My Face" is in reference to?
I don't tell normal media reporters that it's in reference to anything other than... No, to be honest, my viewers on YouTube chose the name. There was like 5 possible album titles that were all suggested by viewers, and then they voted for that one for obvious reasons. But what I think is really funny about it is every time I close out a video, most of the time when I close out a video, I always tell people to subscribe right here on my face. And then I put up an annotation link on my face. So I always say that. So it actually is totally all about the fact that, like, every time I make a video, the shameless self-promotion always comes in the form of an annotation link on my face. So it's a double entendre for shameless self-promotion.
Okay, well now see, and I would have felt bad had that been the total case. Those 2 ice creams tell me everything, though, so I'm not too worried.
Couldn't help it. I still had to make an album cover, you know.
Well, of course, you gotta move the tunes. Now, is On My Face, is it completely download based, or is there physical CDs of it, or?
Yeah, there are physical CDs of it, and I actually would love for people to buy them physically because I spent a lot of time with the cover and back cover, and the inside cover was designed by fans. I did this whole contest for fans to design inside covers, and then I got reviews from different celebrities on the album that are all part of the physical album. You can get the physical album on cdbaby.com, and it will be available on Amazon anytime now. I don't understand the delay. I am not in the music world. I don't get it, but apparently it takes a long time to get physical album listings up online. But I will show you really quick. I have to do this. I'm going to go grab this. I got this in the mail today. I'm so excited. It's my special On My Face commemoration plaque. So this is actually the cover designed by the fan. Anyway.
That is pretty badass. I'll give you that. Like that's as far as cool things to have, like that's one of the cooler ones.
Yeah.
So nicely done.
Get on with that.
All right. Well, you have kind of a very out there online presence, so we're going to do kind of a very out there interview, if that's okay.
I'm down. I'm always down.
I like it. Okay, now, so on the scale from 1 to 10, where does a good poop fall?
A good poop fall?
Yes.
I mean, it definitely falls in the toilet. You wouldn't want it falling on the floor.
No. Let's say, okay, let me rephrase that then. I'm glad that you know where it goes. That's good. That's step number 1. So we've achieved that much. Going to the bathroom, like taking a good dump or having a good bathroom experience. Where does that fall for you on the 1 to 10?
Like as far as just pleasurable experiences in life?
Yes.
10, baby.
Okay, good. And that's
better.
That's kind of what I was expecting. But
yeah.
Again, it's good to brush up on the basics and
emotional release.
Yeah. Now, what is the response been from some of the reviewers rather for On My Face?
So far, really good. You know, I didn't even think about this when I put up the album. The day that I uploaded everything, I was like, oh shit, people actually might think my music sucks. Like, because I've always been so concerned with just trying to make like silly songs and then the videos for them. I didn't think about the fact that you're putting it on iTunes and people might hate the music. Hopefully I get a little bit of slack because it's a comedy album. It's not a real album, but so far the reviews have all been really, really positive, so that makes me happy.
That is good. Now, do you have, like, in addition to all the silly, fun songs you write, do you also have a serious side that creates serious tunes, and is that something we'll be seeing?
Yes, I actually do have a couple of songs that I'll be putting out an EP for after the comedy album that are serious tracks. And I say serious because they're not comedy, but I think they still fall in the world of like Katy Perry type pop. You know, they're poppy and they're fun and they're like a little bit wacky, but they're not about vaginas.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, that's both a good and a bad thing, I suppose.
See what people think of that. It's interesting because for a long time, I always thought people wouldn't want to hear me sing about serious stuff because they come to my YouTube channel to watch comedy videos. And my first video I just released, it's like a third of the comments are like, "Why are you wasting your time singing about silly stuff? You should be singing about serious stuff." So hopefully people will like it when I put out a couple serious tracks.
Yeah, exactly. Now, but since you brought it up, you have a song called, what is it now? It's something vagina. It's
Remarkable Vagina.
Remarkable Vagina. Is this an autobiographical song, or is this?
No. I think a lot of people are very confused about where the inspiration came from the song because it does seem a little bit random.
Mm-hmm.
But it's based on a true. It's not even based on. It is the musical retelling of a totally true story. Last year, I stumbled upon a New York Magazine article called "The Chick with the Remarkable Vagina." An article in New York Magazine. And it was about a girl who was smuggling heroin, amongst other things, in her vagina and was arrested and sent to jail for it. And I just thought it was such a funny article headline that I was like, this deserves a song. What would I, and I started thinking, what would I, put in my vagina if my vagina was remarkable? And this is where the song was born from. So no, it did not actually come out of my crazy head. It was born and bred out of a real hard news article.
Okay, well that's good. I was going to be concerned about the amount of drugs you had up there. So
About my insanity is what you're.
yeah, maybe a little bit. But now, speaking of sanity, also another good segue is perfect here. Another of your songs is "Internet Stalker."
Yeah.
Have you actually had one?
Have I had because the song is about how I'm stalking someone else online. I've definitely had a couple of internet stalkers that were a little bit freaky. But I think all of us, to some degree, can relate to the song on a small level for some people and on a grandiose level for others. But the idea being that, like, if you have a crush on someone, you like someone, it's really easy to know everything that they're doing at all times just by logging into, their accounts and always checking up on them that way. However, it can be taken to an extreme. And yes, I've had a couple of creepy internet stalkers.
Okay, well, I'll have to change my screen name then. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. All right, funnier word: penis or farts?
Farts, for sure.
Okay.
Farts. There's everything funny about a good fart joke, and nothing funny about a bad penis joke.
Oh wow! All right, if you had to choose between acting and singing, which way do you think you'd go now?
Oh gosh, I suppose singing I think is more fun. I think. I don't know. I don't like performing live though, so maybe acting. I don't know. See, I can't even answer a question.
That's fine. No, that was good. That was another one of those that I'm glad that you don't have an answer. So
yeah.
it was
so
a test.
Tricky you are.
Yeah. This is one of those sneaky interviews. All right. Now, how much has say like The Lonely Island an influence on your work? Is it
everything? Everything. The first video I ever saw was Dick in a Box. I thought it was so funny. I was like, actually, it wasn't the first video from them, but it was one of the first ones that I just fell in love with, and now I know every single one of their songs by heart. And I think that was a big reason why I started making musical comedy videos was because of Andy Samberg. Andy.
Good to know. All right, so if you could kind of have that same career trajectory, obviously that's the way to go, huh?
Yeah, I would really like to have the budgets that they have for my music videos too, but we can't have it all, can we?
Exactly right. How are the music videos going, by the way? You're filming one for each song, yeah?
Yeah, it's crazy. My first one just went up yesterday, Remarkable Vagina. I've got my next one, I Think I Farted, coming out next week. Then my song Guys, then Google that shit. So I have a whole succession of videos. I'm a little bit behind right now on shooting, which makes me a bit nervous because I'm going on tour in late November. But but it's all working out. I love making music videos. It's my favorite thing in the world to do. Partly because you don't have to worry about sound.
Ah.
But I'm not just shooting the music videos. I've got a corresponding series going up for Alloy Digital and a column on their property Crushable that directly relates to my music videos, and then I have another 8-part series for Official Comedy's premium YouTube channel, and it's essentially a behind-the-scenes bloopers look at making of my videos. It's called Deep Inside, another double entendre. So all in all, I'm making 24 videos, 24 videos over 8 weeks, which is a lot. So I don't sleep a lot.
Yeah, that's impressively busy. I'll give you that. So,
you know what it's called? It's called panic attacks.
oh, is that right? You constant in that
That's
constant
the-
flux. If you're not achieving, you're freaking out. Okay, I can get behind that for sure.
That and Final Cut rendering.
Oh, it'll take you forever.
Just want to do that.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Well, good. All right. Well, now your humor is so determinedly vulgar, right? That it comes off almost like almost defensive. You know what I mean? So,
sweet.
what?
Keep saying such sweet words.
Oh, well, thank you.
Wait, what do you mean by defensive?
You what?
When you say defensive?
I'm just asking. It's not as loaded a question as we think. I'm just saying.
Oh no, I don't. By the way, you can say anything. I won't feel loaded. I just.
Oh, good, because there's going to be some nasty questions coming later. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just asking. I mean, are you really kind of a very private person? I mean, aside from what your public persona seems to be.
Yeah, I think so. I think. By the way, I don't even really think I'm funny. Like I've never thought of myself as a comedian, but I've always thought of myself as a goofball. And when I'm with my closest girlfriends and we're drinking wine and we're having a slumber party, the stuff that comes out of our mouths is just lewd and crude. And the thing is, I don't think there's really much difference between that and any girl out there. I think everyone has their inner comedian that comes out with their best friends. I think what you see online is probably closer to that girl who's like 3 margaritas into a girls' night. But typically, around most people and just everyday life, I think I'm actually more reserved and would probably be thought of as much more conservative than you would see in my videos.
Okay, so I mean, but then, so for your video's sake and the vulgarity's sake, it's more of it's about girls being real more than it is, say, like trying to stand out in a niche market, you know?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a persona. I do think you have to be consistent with your message online, and my message might change. I mean, heck, if I have like a baby in 2 years, I might be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to put any of those videos out online, like if I have a kid. Your priorities change, but it's definitely me. It's not a persona, but you're just seeing one side of me. You're seeing like one very specific side of Taryn, and you're not seeing like the shy, stage fright, conservative version of that. I'm always horrified when I have a boyfriend now, but when I was like going out and dating, and it was like people would say that they see my videos and they'd be watching my video, some of the more embarrassing ones, I'd be horrified. I'm like, I don't want this guy to know this information about me. I thought only like YouTube viewers watch it. I forget that like other people I might meet in real life that I interact with see the videos, and for some reason I feel very uncomfortable because I feel like now they're privy to this like one side of me that I don't want them to like take that as all that I am. Just dirty, rotten, raunchy girl.
You play it all. It's all a very nice balance. So good work on you. But how do your parents feel about that though, or are they just so completely used to it? Because you said you had a lot of brothers in one of your interviews, I believe.
No, I don't have any brothers.
You have no brothers? Oh, I was probably reading somebody else.
But maybe I have a lot of dude friends.
Maybe.
A lot of friends. Who knows? Maybe I lied in the interview. Maybe I just felt like saying I had brothers. I have a younger sister. My parents, bless their hearts, they are so supportive and encouraging no matter what I do. But I would be lying if I said that they probably were not embarrassed by my videos. I'm sure my mom like starts watching it and is just like, oh, why, and then like turns it off. I'm positive.
Oh, okay.
They're very supportive. They don't ever say, sometimes they'll make comments like, "Did you have to make a video about that?" And I'm like, "Yes, Mom, I did. I felt this deep calling inside my heart to make a video about this. I'm sorry," but they get it.
Okay. Now, how rough was it to be cut on American Idol? Was that a pretty brutal one?
At the time, it was the most devastating moment of my life. I couldn't find. I was so upset because I don't know if you saw the clip in my last YouTube video. It was a promo for my album, and I used a clip from American Idol. And I was trying to find a clip where I'm up on stage and crying, and Ryan Seacrest is like patting me on the back and telling me it's going to be okay, and Simon is telling me that I'm never going to be a star. I wanted to use that so bad, and I couldn't find it, so I used a different clip from the show. But it was, it was devastating. Like that moment was the one moment that defined, like, I think the next 10 years of my life, which was like I never wanted to do, or I'm aging myself, like 8 years of my life. But I didn't want to be an entertainer anymore. So that's why I went back to college and got my anthropology degree. It was because of that experience. But I'm now back. It's just that now I'm battling crazy stage fright because of Simon. I'm kidding. But it was horrible. Now I can laugh at it though.
But okay, so now you're you're really kind of coming into your own on your own terms. So you're not shoehorned in by the American Idol thing. So if you ran across Simon Cowell, what do you say to him now?
I did. I worked with Simon and Paula on the X Factor last fall. I was a correspondent on the show, and so I was on the lot with them every single week, working with them every single week, and I thought it was hilarious. It's like everything comes full circle. I think they're great. I think that they're right most of the time. I think they were right in my instance. I was a 17-year-old girl that had no experience on stage, and I wasn't ready for that kind of platform, and I just didn't have I didn't have the chops at the time, and so I found my own little way in.
Okay. So you have the chops now.
I don't know. I don't think I have the chops now. I would never. No, I would never go onto a live performing competition show. I don't have the chops. I have the worst nerves on the planet. I did What's Trending, Shira Lazar's live show a couple of days ago, and I mean, like, I'm literally off pitch on every other note because I just get so nervous. I'm fine singing at a karaoke bar in front of friends. I'm fine singing in a recording studio. But when I know I'm live and I know I can't do it over again, I think that American Idol experience like comes back to haunt me, and I like clinch up, and I have a hard time just sounding as good as I think I normally would, or remembering lyrics or any of those things. I don't know why I was cursed with this, but I was, so I just have to be okay with it.
Now, I believe you have a performance coming up at the Viper Room. Is that true, or is that?
I have a big album release party November 1st. I'm going to be performing, I don't know, like 7 or 8 tracks off the album. I will probably want to throw up on stage, and this is the first time I'm inviting everyone to be there with me, so I'm just hoping everyone gets wasted and claps, and that it becomes a fun sort of way for me to get over my stage fright with all of my friends there. And Viper Room is very kind to giving me this night, so.
All right. Well, very good. Well, I'll tell you what, New Media Rockstars wishes you the best of luck, so thank you for taking the time to sit down with us.
Thank you guys.
Oh,
You guys have
completely.
been awesome. I loved the interview that you did, I don't know, like 6 months ago.
There was some time ago, yeah, for sure. So, but thank you very much again for sitting down with us. You're a sweetheart, and we can't wait till you see what you do next, all right?
It's called I Think I Farted. That's what I do next.
Okay. Well, good work.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you at some point. Good luck, and have a good day, huh?
Bye. You too.
Bye-bye.